keonum e muksahi. Le muksati keono 11 utulu kimeno ho sartelo. Le 11 mago dikos 11 polo chukane polovo pero ubakluin klavea machukani.
We have arrived at the ancient archaeological site Yaxunah. Something like that. I will put it on the screen so you can see it, but this site has just opened to the public and it's barely open. You can come here on your own if you have a car and you can drive way out here into the jungle, or the only tour company that currently comes here is the one I'm on, Amigo Tours, and they actually have donated quite a bit of money to this site, to this village, to help preserve it. And as of now, they're the only ones coming here, so we have an actual local guide. I don't know anything about this site other than that it is larger than Chichen Itza was and 2,000 years older. This area right here where we just walked through is their ball court. It's a different type of ball court game than what was at Chichen Itza. This would be like what they have at Koba. So let's get to seeing this site.
Pues la que es, verá, nikanin intzikbatesh utseki Yaxuna, yetu utsikbali Yaxuna, yete u not ani Yaxuna, yetu nukbent ani Yaxuna. Kam ebal ken tsikbal pitesh bela. Le osh emulo hela, le helo tush ancha ashamam, le la tush ancha asepal, le la tush ancha ahkananop.
The man in charge of the military, you know.
Itilelo, le tune mulhela, teyan umuksahile ahtepalop. Yo oshpeli, yo oshpekanile, tiane ahtepalop. Tetikho se ahtepalop. Le utsok kanilo, le tiobe, anchati le tiob umeyakobe como mayap. Le tio tu anchatio como mayap. Tumem kanten yam uhabile kanten kunaklop ukato uayikalile uho tusukatko to oli naat yete umukil kustal le titunu belale le os emulgela le teheshik ikonti le kana bela de noche o de abilo le ospe uhobo unacha como cinturón de Orión o tres Marías. Así que le ospe emulgela hach no hoch chikuli yan yolale uhobo. Yaxunah he ukatu yale casa verde o verde casa. Italik lak o uchilo 2000 antes de Cristo. Yete shan tak tsokik u epech olitio 8 siglos después de Cristo. Bastentun u ahte pali koba letitush kinsbi u ahte pali Yaxunah. Bastentun hach ekta u ahte pali Yaxunah tumenu ahte pali koba tumen Yaxunah he tulaka meya tumeya ta yolu mei fule luma hach kutsaik malo ich le shimo le bako yeterula ichilicheo le te meya tu betobo Yaxunah tune kukubike ubak el kut ubak el kitam chiim yetu ya ichilcheo helkesh kubetko Guatemala kutasik hade Mayapam Calakmul le tiobe bash kutasco purubalo de kat le ate paltikos ate la lakesh yan sibaltsahan tip hades yete malo kulihana veritas tunek binon tushane ashamano kana he tushano chune umata ile o sea tushano kule having helo tikheonum e muksahi le muksati keono 11 utulu kimeno ho sartelo le 11 mago dikos 11 polo chukane polovo pero ubakluin klavea machukani bashu heti koson te muksahilo tikoson puru hade chen hade so yete unukuli hana yete nukulilo tushkuyukuha.
I am not sure how much of his dialogue I was able to actually capture because my GoPro is not enjoying this heat. It's probably 85 to 90 degrees and very high humidity right now. So the GoPro is only letting me record in little stints. But this site is incredible. And as of now, it's really barely open. The government does not own this site like they do Chichen Itza, so they aren't investing money or anything into it. And it's pretty incredible what just the locals who live here are doing to preserve this place, because all of this would have been covered with the vines and overgrowth and everything, and they've cleared some of it off for us to see, but the actual reconstruction of any of it obviously hasn't really happened yet. And when you come in, like the ball court and all that stuff, same situation. It would have all been completely engulfed by nature at this point, but the locals are doing what they can to preserve it, so that hopefully you guys will start coming out here more, bringing more money into this place and allowing them to keep preserving it and rebuilding it even more. Outside of the decay of the steps or the crumbling of them, they're actually very reasonable stairs compared to a lot of the pyramids you'll see and try to climb, where they're like the stairs were built for aliens because they're 2 feet from step to step. And some of them you see are kind of large, but they aren't anywhere near as large as what some other sites have. And I do know we don't really get to explore a whole large chunk of this site. I don't know if it's really due to time or if it's just due to the fact that they haven't really done much excavating here at all. But I'll give you a glimpse over here real quick of some of this section we're not walking through. But this site was from about 2000 BCE until its fall about 880. So this city was lived in for 2,800 years, which is honestly an extremely long time for a Mayan city, because a lot of them didn't really last that long due to extreme resource usage. But as you can see, this whole plaza over here, a completely crumpled temple here. There's other little areas that are mostly crumpled. But the full reason that we were only going to those pyramids and not all these other ones is really because they don't know much or anything about these other sites. So they're only bringing us to the sites that they've uncovered and have gained information enough that they can share it. But still a pretty cool stop. I'm glad I came here because I love going to these places where people don't generally go. And since I wasn't able to go to Ekbalam, and I've already been to Ekbalam, this was a cool stop. And we've made it to our last stop of the day at, I believe this is Saamal Cenote, which I have been before, last time I was here, and I had a very negative experience in such an incredibly beautiful place. This cenote is absolutely stunning looking. I'll show you guys when I get up here. But when we were here last time, it was probably over 90 degrees, like brutally hot outside. We came here directly after Chichen Itza, and when we had gotten here, the first thing I did was dove right into the water, and the coldness, the extreme temperature difference between outside and the cenote water kind of sent my body into shock, and I almost threw up. I started coughing, like I felt horrible. That was during the swine flu outbreak, so this was quite a while ago, and I was just trying so hard to keep it in and not get sick, because I figured everybody would freak out that I had swine flu. But that was my experience last time I was here. I'm actually not going to go swimming this time. I'm just going to walk down and show you guys it, because I just don't want to deal with like getting a locker and putting my stuff up in a locker, and I don't want to have to wear a life vest. And we had stuff stolen at a cenote before, like money stolen, so like a locker is kind of a must, especially if you're here by yourself. I'm going to run away. Oh, I've made it back into my Airbnb here in Cancun. It was a pretty damn long day. I left this room at about 5 o'clock in the morning to go get my ride over to see those sites we went to see. Chichen Itza, I've been before, and 2 hours was almost enough time for me to see most of the site at a very quick rate. and I showed you guys that in the last video. The site we went to today, though, for me was too rushed. I mean, we had only maybe 20 minutes there max at a site that was larger than Chichen Itza. So 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, not enough time to see a site like that. And I'm going to leave a review on the company. Hopefully they take it to heart about maybe putting together archaeological only tours, because as nice and beautiful as the cenotes are, all the tours offer that. You can do cenotes anytime. There are thousands of them all over the Yucatan. And for me, I booked this tour specifically to see that site because no other tours offer it. So it was a real shame that it was so rushed. I didn't get to get footage, only got 20 minutes worth of information, and hopefully you guys will at least be able to appreciate the site and the fact that it is maintained completely by the local Mayan village that lives there, and the tour group Amigo Tours helps them, and that's kind of why they're the only tour group that actually goes there at the moment. So I really do recommend going out to that site. It was incredible. I wish I could have seen it more. After that we went to the cenote, which I didn't really care about. It was just another beautiful cenote. It was one of the most beautiful I've ever seen. I'll grant it that. I'll give it that. But I wasn't interested in swimming at the time, so I just grabbed myself a margarita and chilled out and waited while we were there. And obviously the kind of forced shopping that all these tours tend to do, and I understand they get commission on it. And that's one of the reasons I try to stay away from these organized tours. But definitely try to check out that site. It was pretty awesome, and if you haven't already, hit the like button down below, subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow when we're going to Tulum and Koba, and fingers crossed I get to climb Koba, because I'm hearing mixed things on if Koba is still climbable at the moment. So we'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow.